Hello, I'm Carmen LaBerge. We're trying a different microphone today, so why don't you let me know as soon as you're here. Let me know whether or not this sounds better, or let me know if it sounds good. If you can hear the quality of a difference at all between last week's broadcast and this one. Okay, and ignore the frog in my throat. Okay, friends, thank you for joining us. It is the top of the hour, and this is our Facebook Live with Reconnect with Carmen, and I'm Carmen. Let me know, give me a little thumbs up and let me know if this microphone is working today. We've changed microphones, and hopefully the quality of the sound will be better. So if one of you that is already logged on can let me know, that would be really helpful. Okay, so Gerber has chosen its spokesbaby of the year. His name is Lucas. He is a 1-year-old from Dalton, Georgia. And notably, he has Down syndrome. All right, let's see. I got a comment down here. Maybe you're going to let me know whether or not you can hear me. I'm going to check on this before I go any further, just to be sure. Let's see. All right. Now, see, I should be able to. Why can't I see the comments? You know? All right. Maybe it's a thumbs up. Jessica Lally, thank you for the thumbs up. I'm just going to proceed. Okay. So Lucas is the Gerber spokesbaby of the year, and he's not actually going to talk. He's just going to be adorable in their ad campaigns. And why does it matter? Well, there were 140,000 entries. That means that 140,000 different sets of parents thought their child should be the face of Gerber, should be the Gerber baby. And we think of the Gerber baby as kind of the perfect baby. And so I think that it's really significant that they chose Lucas. Lucas has Down syndrome, and kids with Down syndrome are often not singled out and identified as perfect or examples of exactly what every parent is expecting and dreams of when they deliver their child. And so I think that I wanted to focus on this today because it's such a powerful pro-life story. And if you just wanted to Google Gerber baby, you will see that there are now stories coast to coast, families coming forward, telling their Down syndrome story, sharing how difficult it's been or challenging, but then also how blessed it's been. And so we just want to celebrate that today, because if Lucas's mother had lived in Iceland, or frankly any of the Scandinavian countries, in all likelihood, Lucas would have been aborted before he had the opportunity to take his first breath. And that's because there is a systematic effort to eliminate people with Down syndrome from the population, not only in Iceland, but across Scandinavia. And actually, it's a fairly frequent reality here in the United States. When a baby in the womb is diagnosed with 21 trisomy, which is the underlying genetic cause of Down syndrome, they are more times than not in the United States aborted. And so it's really important that kids actually see in the world people who look like them. And so for Gerber to lift up Lucas and say, we're going to celebrate this little boy. We're going to have him be the image that we put out there in the world of the perfect baby. It is a powerful statement, not just for the company, but it's a powerful change agent for the culture. So the Gerber choice of Lucas won't just mean a lot for him and for his family. It actually means a lot for every family that has a child with Down syndrome. And it means a lot for people who have Down syndrome. You can literally pull these stories now off of virtually any website. Vogue does not tend to be a website that I often positively pull things off of. But even on the Vogue website, there is a testimony today by a woman. The title of the article is, "I have a newborn with Down syndrome. Here's what the Gerber baby news means to me." And she tells her own story of finding out that her baby girl was 21 trisomy and therefore would have Down syndrome, going through the process of not knowing exactly what that would mean for their daughter or for their family, but also recognizing that this little person is a gift. And so towards the end of what she says, she opens this window into her own experience. And I think that for those of you who've had children, that one of the things that people they like to post pictures of their newborn babies. They like to post pictures of their kids as they're growing up. And she says that, that was really hard to live in a social media era where, people were not going to comment that her child was perfect. People were not going to make the kinds of comments related to her child that they were making in relationship to other people's children. And that really does beg the definition of what perfection is. I don't know about you, but I'm not perfect. A lot of us were born with, weird things, and we were all born into sin. None of us is perfect. And if you think you're perfect, well, maybe that's your imperfection. So when you look in the mirror, when you use a filter on Instagram, you're pretty much saying, yeah, I don't quite measure up to even what I want to put out there as the image of the day. And so this unfiltered, radical, joyful human being whose name is Lucas, being out there in front of us all year is really healthy. One of the things that this mom says is it's important to see yourself in the world around you. And for her daughter to have this little boy, Lucas, who is just a few months older than she is, to have a person in the world who looks like her, she says is radically important. I remember when my stepson, who has some very special needs and has some physical deformities, saw the little boy in the movie Wonder. He saw himself in the world. He saw somebody, up on the big screen that for the first time in his life looked like him. And it changes how a child sees themselves. It changes how the other kids in their class see them. It changes, how they're treated. And so, this is an awesome thing that Gerber has done. And I guess I also want to highlight, this. It's an opportunity for the church to recognize that we have a calling to welcome and accommodate and serve and be served by people of all kinds of different capabilities and range of abilities. And I know that I'm really blessed to attend a church that is intentionally focused on being sure that every person, no matter what their age and no matter their relative capabilities, has the opportunity to fully engage in every aspect of the ministry and the life of the church. And if we're really going to be the household of God, if we're really going to be the family of faith, then we have to begin recognizing that children like Lucas belong to all of us, that all of us are parents to children who are born with special needs. And all of us have a responsibility to come alongside families who have children with special needs and do things for them that they would never ask but desperately need, giving them some respite from time to time, involving them in things that their child would enjoy and that would enrich their lives. I also want to lift up for you a conversation that I had on the Reconnect with the author of this book. The book is A Good and Perfect Gift. The author is Amy Julia Becker. And she talks about her daughter, Penny. She talks about faith, and she talks about expectations, and she talks about this very precious, unique little girl named Penny who was born with Down syndrome. And so if you're looking for a personal resource, if you're looking for an opportunity for your church to engage this material and grow in your own awareness and understanding, I certainly would commend to you Amy Julia Becker. She also blogs. She's not hard to find. And grab a copy of A Good and Perfect Gift. Penny is no longer a tiny little person. She's growing up, and those challenges continue to present themselves, but so does the joy. And that's what I want us to remember today, is the joy that it is to receive into our lives people like Lucas. And so today we want to celebrate the choice of Gerber's new spokesbaby 2018, although I don't really think he's a spokesbaby, so I don't really know what to call him, the cover child for Gerber. And we want to celebrate Lucas's life, and we want to celebrate, I think, this great stride culturally that we are recognizing the dignity and the value of every human being as made in the image of God. All right, friends, visit me at reconnectwithcarmen.com. I've got some stuff posted for you there today. I got a new article posted on LinkedIn today. If those are platforms that you want to engage on, I'd love to do so. Post your comments right here on this video, and I'll be able to reply to you. Have a great day, and God bless.